Hey there. Thank you for being part of the podcast Patreon. This week's bonus episode is Amanda talking about her recent trip to Korea. She was there for 2 weeks. If you follow the website, you might have noticed I was in charge of many things that are usually on her plate. So hopefully I didn't do a terrible job at the books on sale. But Amanda is going to tell us all about her trip, what she did, what kind of side quests she had, and she has some good news from her family. So I hope you enjoy this little travel trip report / bonus episode. And I would love to know, what do you love doing when you travel? You can tell me in the comments on Patreon. I would be delighted to know what are the things that you absolutely love doing when you are traveling. Thank you again for being part of the podcast Patreon. Your support means more to me than I can possibly say, which is a problem because this is obviously something of a verbal medium. But thank you, thank you, thank you. On with the bonus episode. What were your top three things from Korea that just made you so happy?
It's a hard choice for sure. I don't want to say seeing my brother because I feel like that's a given.
But it looked like you and your brother and his partner and your partner were all having the best time, which is exactly what you want, right?
Yeah, I know my brother's now fiance.
Mazel tov to them.
Yeah. I know she was really worried about spending so much time with us because we spent the first week and she's like, I don't want to encroach on your time. And I was like, I don't care. It's fine. So we had a really good time. I think one of the cool things is we did an overnight stay at a Buddhist temple. And this temple is known for tea making. So each temple kind of has a thing. And this temple is known for tea making, so the grounds had rows and rows of green tea leaves, which are all for show. The actual tea they harvest is somewhere else on the ground.
This is our decorative tea.
I know.
This tea is like gourds.
I was having a very bad allergy attack, so I slept in, and the three of them went to this tea with a tea master monk, and they said it was so cool and they wished you could join, and they all got little teacups, and I was really sad to have missed it, but it's whatever, what can you do? So we're visiting another part of the grounds, and we see this Buddhist monk watering his garden. And he pokes his head out and he gestures to us. And he doesn't speak English, but my brother's fiance speaks Korean, so she played translator. And he's like, come and have tea with me.
Oh, cool.
So we had tea. We had some oolong tea.
This is the most video game thing that's ever happened to you. We were wandering a path and a monk jumped out of the tea leaves and invited us to tea. Here's your side quest.
So we had tea with him for 40 minutes and had a good conversation, and we're like, how do you stay in touch with your family? And he pulls out a smartphone and he's like, I FaceTime them like you do with your parents. And we got a photo together, and he sent us off with some fruit, some watermelon and banana. And it was very funny because my brother's in the military. He asked the monk, how do you, what's the key to Buddhist calm? And the monk is you have to be less judgmental. And my brother is the judgiest person I've ever met. You think I'm judgy? He is judgy times 10 for me. And he's like, you should really, when you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning, pray for softness. Be soft, be soft, be soft. And I just thought that was so funny that that's the advice that was given to my brother.
Yeah, be less judgmental. All right, but I have some feelings about that. I would like to judge that statement.
Yeah. But he made a good point because we're what about people who steal or murder? And he made an interesting point of judging that person is only for your benefit.
Oh, very deep. That's true.
He's like, it makes you feel better, but that person you're imparting judgment on usually doesn't care. So he's like, you're judging a person to make you feel better. So that was interesting. That was very cool, very serendipitous. I have photos on my Instagram, but I can send Sarah the one of us taking a selfie with the monk.
Yes, please.
He's very sweet. The food, of course, the food has to rank pretty highly. Koreans can eat, let me tell you.
The
Koreans can eat some
picture of your
food.
birthday dinner, there must have been 50 different dishes on the table.
We had to like stack them on top of each other at some point because there were so many, so many. The food was so good. The best sweet thing I had is called popping su, which is like this shaved ice, usually with fruit and like sweetened condensed milk.
Ooh.
The mango one had like a layer of cornflakes on the bottom. It was so interesting. Very good. Um, and then they have this pork. They eat a lot of pork in Korea. And we went to this place apparently that's famous for their pork cutlet. And it's this pork cutlet breaded, but in between the breading and the pork is the layer of cheese.
Oh, that sounds
So
nice.
that was super good. I had these like really, after we've been walking around all day, I can't remember the name of it, but we had these like cold buckwheat noodles
Oh,
in
that
like this
sounds
cold broth.
good.
And it had like fresh cucumber and radish in it. So it was very like refreshing after walking around all day. That was very cool.
Is there anything you
I think,
experienced that you wish you could have brought home with you?
I mean, we bought another suitcase to bring shit home with us.
Wait, you bought a suitcase there to bring things home? I was wondering how the salted butter smushy was going to get home.
His name's Buttergoon. That's his official name. And we bought him at a store called Butter.
Well, of course
yeah,
you did.
we had to buy a third suitcase to fit everything for sure. I don't know if there's anything that I wish I could have brought back with me. Maybe a toilet. Like,
As someone who has Japanese heated seat bidets in her toilet, and we took all the money that we'd saved that we thought we were going to travel in 2020, but we did not. And we had the heated seat bidets put into our toilets. It's worth it. It's
the
amazing.
heated toilet seat
Oh.
felt so good in like the middle of the night.
The minute we travel, one of us will use the toilet, and then we hear, "Oh man, it's cold."
Yeah, I mean, all the things that I really liked about Korea, I mean, food and, that sort of stuff, and everything has a little mascot. There's always a little guy.
There's always a little guy.
There's always a little guy. But this was something that I was telling you about, Sarah, is like the thoughtfulness of design that goes into everyday things.
I noticed that when we were traveling in Japan and when I was in Seoul in the airport for a really long layover. The design takes into account what humans need.
Yeah.
Like there's always a hook for your bag so it doesn't have to sit on the floor.
Or like, you like a map. Like if you go to a map in the mall, it's like you are here and then you have to turn around to orient yourself. But like in maps in Korea, they're already positioning your little dot in the direction that you're looking.
Yeah. It's like when you use Google Maps and you turn around and the little pointer spins. Like, yeah, it's much more dynamic and helps you orient yourself. Like, it's just thoughtful. I love that part.
Yeah, so I mean, if I could take the Korean metro system and bring it to Boston.
Oh my God. Public transport in other countries is just pornographic.
Yeah, when my brother visited in November, he was like, wait until you see the Korean subway. Because, like, Boston, everything is fucking squeaky. Things are catching on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's cramped.
Like, my two favorite things to do when I travel outside the U.S. is I love going to the grocery store and I love public transport. Like, I love buses, I love boats, I love the subway, and I love going to the grocery store. Like, if your milk comes in a bag, I'm going to be fascinated by the fact that your milk is in a bag. I know that's super common in parts of Canada, but I'm like, that's so smart.
I mean, like, when I was thinking about it, and some people ride the metro for a while in Korea. Like, my brother lives like an hour and a half outside of Seoul, and people take the train an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
We went to like Busan and it was like 2 hours. But like that metro is for the entire country for the most part, right?
Yeah.
And like Boston, we only have like a little bit. I don't think you can reach like the far reaches of Massachusetts on public transit. But yeah, I was just really impressed by the thoughtfulness of design. And if I could bring that back, I would have loved to. But yeah, the food was a plus. And the meeting with the monk was very cool.
That is very cool. I love that you had your own little side quest.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I go back in a month to attend my brother's wedding.
Yay!
So
where are they getting married? Are they going to have a traditional Korean service?
yeah, they're gonna have a traditional Korean wedding. It's at some cultural center. So they'll be wearing traditional hanbok, and then the family, so his fiance's family, and I think me and Brian are the only family for Zach who are attending. So we'll be wearing traditional hanbok. We have to give measurements. So good luck to them, because I have to give like a chest measurement. Godspeed. I hope it fits when I get there, but if not, I'll bring a backup dress or something.
That's very exciting, though.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a quick turnaround because I'm out of vacation time. So it's like we leave Thursday, get there Friday, wedding is Saturday, family dinner is Sunday, leave Monday.
You're going to Korea for the weekend.
For the weekend, just a quick weekend trip to Korea. We splurged on business class tickets this time.
So that's good. You have to get sleep. Just go to bed.
So we could fully recline. And
is there a direct flight from Boston? I know there's a direct flight from Chicago because I've taken it.
So when we went over there was a direct flight. It was 15 and a half hours there, 14 hours back. You go up and over Canada.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, this time we have a layover, but it's like 2 hours to Toronto, and then it's the big long flight, Toronto to Seoul. Yeah. So it's fine.
Mazel tov. That's
thank
so exciting.
You.
Please tell your brother Mazel tov. That's so nice.
I will.
Well, thank you for this trip report. I'm so excited.